Hey there boys and girls, my name is OTHMARiUS and welcome back to my channel. Now I just put together a tutorial series playlist covering all the techniques you would need if you wanted to perform this beautiful feat of card magic called the CHiCAGO opener the way I did just the other day. You will find this tutorial series up in the info cards as well down below in the info box next to a link to the actual performance in case you haven't watched it yet. And today, on the basis of this tutorial series, I want to walk you through all the mechanics in a relatively fast pace, giving you an overview over the whole routine. What do you say about that? Let's do this right away. OTHMARiUS Magic. Like and subscribe. So with the stalk at the bottom of the deck, I started out with the overhead shuffle control, which you can find pretty much at the beginning of the Royal Road to Card Magic, I guess. Now, I don't have an in-depth tutorial up and running on my channel yet, so for now you would need to work with the Hindu Shuffle bottom control, which does the same thing, also looks pretty neat. Then I added a Table Riffle Shuffle, and we just recently talked about it, and also here a super awesome Table False card. All to create the illusion of a fairly mixed deck of cards, which I then presented with a classic enhanced spread, like kind of absolute beginner move, right? And then, when the time had come for the spectator to choose or to pick a card, I swivel cut about a third of the cards into my left hand. I turn the bottom portion around and I perform a Pharaoh Shuffle. And in Pharaoh Shuffle, with our stalk still in control at the bottom of the deck, I show the cards. It's really nice here because it's a super clean display of all them cards and they are all so very blue, right? And also this is a very fair choice for the spectator, just like I mentioned in the performance. Now I did choose this here just for this reason in this studio situation, you know, because you don't have this interaction with your audience where you simply would just go, you know, for the enhanced spread and having a spectator pick a card out of there, right? So we completed the task of having a spectator pick a card out of the deck. I'm going back into the situation here with the fan. So the fan on the basis of a Pharaoh Shuffle. And now the spectator memorizes the card and we are rolling now with the Jack of Spades. And I use the Chalier card to bury the card in the deck and to place our stalk upon the card. Key card, you know, that's what we're doing here. But before I use the Chalier card, I would perform this beautiful enhanced false triple swing card, which keeps the whole deck intact, just, you know, because I can do it and I threw it in there. So false triple swing card and then Chalier card in order to bury the Jack of Spades. It's right there in the center of the deck. And now it's time to present the first effect. That is that one card had changed the back of the color of the back design. Now, there's also different variations of how to display this depending on your performance situation, and we will talk about all of these subtleties in depth in the follow-up video to this one here. So for now, this is just walking through the mechanics here. So I place those aside, I pick up all the other cards. For me, it was just very important not to, you know, now I'm going into a little more detail here. Anyways, it doesn't matter, you know, since after the red card shows, I didn't want to close it up again here to hide it one more time and then go through it like this here or something. No, I didn't want to do this. I wanted to keep the red card after it shows. I wanted to keep it inside all the time. So I bring those to the side here. Then I pick them up, and here comes the most important move right there in the center of everything, with your hands burning and with the spectator being now totally excited about what's going to happen, you know, because Is it going to be the card or is it not going to be the card? So you have to make a very smart decision here what kind of technique you use. And I would go for this very safe one here also, you know, to make my life easier with the camera recording, turning over this beautiful double and displaying the Jack of Spades. And from here you have also different versions. I just went for this one, but of course you can go like this, around like this. And it's just important that this little display, whatever you do, is as natural as possible. You know, I decided to go for this double turnover also because since there's so much heat on it, you know, I just play this full throttle, perform this little flourishy turnover, and try to hide in plain sight, basically, by just overdoing it here. The whole routine is basically completely overdosed. Anyways, I turn the card back over again, and now I throw it onto the table with just one hand, and I justify it by going with my right hand here, reaching for the other package, bringing it into the center of the pack, and while I do this, I place this on the table. And the justification for this motion is here to bring this pack, to throw it back on there, you know, bring all the cards back together. So we now have displayed two effects in a row. First of all, one card changed the color of the back, and then it shows that it has been the card the spectator selected, freely selected, just a few moments before that. Now we're in a situation that we have our other queen still here at the bottom of the deck, and now it's time to force it. And instead of, you know, using the super simple Hindu force, I would use the overhand shuffle once again to run it to the top, and from there force it with the Hindu shuffle with an advanced technique. Here from the top, I pick it up, I shuffle, 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 and when somebody calls me out, calls stop, I let it drop and I show the card. And that's it. The card is forced. We lose it in the deck, right? Or not so much. And then we present the second round now, or we play this mistake with the table ribbon spread. In this case, once again, oh my god, I can't find the card. Can it be magic is so strong in this case, or so lucky, or an accident, or whatever it is you want to go for, and you reveal the second effect. And that's it. That's how you do it. Now, in the tutorial series for this very routine, you will find freaking 12 tutorials on all the moves involved, which is crazy because in the classical version, all you need is the Hindu shuffle, spread, and your double, right? That wasn't even a double, that was a triple. Anyway, in the following video in the series, I will compare this version with the classic one, which will steer us into an analysis of the core structure of the trick, which is super important because learning sleight of hand, card manipulation moves is only one aspect of the whole art form. It's freaking important to understand the build of the tricks you are working on. You can know all the slides in the book. If you don't have an understanding of the tricks you're working on, your skills are basically worthless. So, you better stay tuned. Thanks to the OTHMAniacs who make it happen. My name is OTHMAriUS, and this is just what I do. So you rest assured, more magical stuff is going to be uploaded very soon. OTHMAriUS Magic.